Hi there, everyone. Yeah, this is my first video about creating the best role-playing game of all time, hopefully.
Right. But
Yes, I'm very excited here, honestly. You can hear it in my voice. I mean, this was a ride, honestly. Um, I've learned so much in like the last 2 weeks. So I started actually working on this about 2 weeks ago. You can see here I'm like trying to figure out how to use certain sprites, making many mistakes. This is my first try at Y sorting, for example. That was very confusing at the start. Thankfully, I've watched a couple of videos by certain creators, whose channels I will leave in the description. But yeah, you can see some bugs there. This is my first enemy. His name is Dave. He's gonna be actually like one of the main characters in the story of the game. Yeah, I had an idea of there being like a goblin that you would be able to kill at the start of the game, and then like if you killed him, then all the other goblins would be hostile towards you. You wouldn't be able to talk to them and so on. But I'm not sure if I'm gonna leave that. Here we actually, yeah, I was working on the animations for the main character. Yeah. So I'll explain certain things. Like here, for example, the combat system wasn't really made yet. But yeah, here I'm working on the dialogue system, also a great add-on for Godot that you can just kind of use, and it's quite easy to implement into the game as well. It's a little kind of funny dialogue with the rock in the starting area. Yeah, this was the toughest thing, the inventory system. And I've been watching different tutorials. Some of them worked, some of them didn't, but this was the best one. I'll leave the tutorial in the description video as well. Generally, in the inventory system was crazy to figure out, but overall, kind of managed to do it, and then to implement it to different quests. So now the different NPCs can give you items, and you can pick up certain items from the floor. You can get some resources from certain trees and things like that. Now here I'm kind of improving the combat system, but it's very basic. As you can see, like mobs die without you even like swinging a sword. So here I've implemented the tree kind of gathering mechanics. I then added an axe, so you have to have an axe in order to actually chop down the tree. I've started to add some levels, some different levels. This is a cave area. The tile set for the cave area is actually also not of my creation. It's a beautiful tile set, very kind of old school and retro vibe. But yeah, and the forest one as well. I've kind of had some creative decisions on this, but not too much. But in general, I kind of went for the IKEA vibe, like these colors and things like that. Then started introducing some more sort of terrain into the first map. In general, I had like an idea for basically an open world RPG, which is based on like a square divided into 9 little squares, and each square is like a certain zone. You can see the Y sword not working out properly here, but yeah. So and each zone would have some special things and so on, and I kind of wanted to have a 2D version of like an old school game. As you can see, I've also added like a filter here, which looks like a VHS sort of footage. yeah, and it's kind of it looks like my dream game, honestly. I mean, it's like this is what I would want to play, unironically. Um, so yeah, yes, I've kind of polished down a little bit on the cave level here. The cave level is gonna be 2 levels, I suppose. This is like the first one, and then the second one a bit deeper. And on the second one, there is going to be a boss, like mage or whatever, who will summon bats at you as well. And yeah, it's kind of the like one of the first kind of big things that you go and explore. But you'll see why it's going to be pretty difficult in a second, because I was also working on the lighting mechanics. And here, this was like the first test, which worked out, you know, relatively okay, I suppose. But you can see right there, it's like the light is not the nicest shade and things like that. And I kind of I was stuck here a bit because I needed to like synchronize the time of the world with the you know, the day-night cycle with the like the caves. Then I also these tiles I actually drew by myself, so the houses and things like that. Also introduced some lights into the houses, which then I kind of replaced by torches. Actually, I thought I would probably make like, you know, like windows that would light up during the night, but then I thought, you know, it's gonna be just easier to make a torch, and that's it. You know, the torch is basically giving off the light. But yeah, I was very happy when I saw this, when I saw that it actually worked, and lights turned down. You know, this is a menu, very basic one. So yeah, as you can see, you know, the cave is again very, very dark. It's pretty scary. The bats are actually quite quick, you know, so without like some armor, it will be pretty difficult to survive here. Yeah. The tiles for the city, I tried to copy the style of like this tile set. I think it worked out fine. And this is the shop mechanic. This is the last one. Again, it was a mix of like the inventory system and the sort of the sort of simple UI. Yeah, it basically works, you know, as it should. Like, you know, you click and you buy things. So that's it. So yeah, generally that's all the things I've currently developed. If you're interested in this project, if you're interested in supporting me or whatever, it would be great if you just, you know, put a like to this video, maybe subscribe to the channel. You know, I'm planning to make some more video updates on this. You know, you can write down some suggestions on what I should introduce. I have a lot of ideas, though. I have to be honest. You know, I might not listen to all of them. So, to all your suggestions, I mean, but generally, yes, be glad to share this with you. And yes, if you're interested in actually playing this, I mean, the first kind of alpha version of the game is coming probably quite soon. But for now, I kind of want to finish off a couple of mechanics like the sound, and just sort of make you know, make some nice scenery and things like that. So yeah, thanks all for watching. See you guys next time. Have a good one.